Hey, what's up, guys? David Space here. It's been a really long time since I made a video. I'm not going to go into details as to why, but most of the people who I talk to outside of making videos, they know why. But I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not going to go into details because it'll take too long. But yeah, so for right now, I'm going to do a huge update on everything. A lot of changes. So we'll start with the Euromastic. Still doing great. Not much has really changed. But yeah, so the Euro is still in the 20 long. But yeah, not growing too much, but what can you really expect from something that only eats vegetables? So yeah, like I said, real quick, let's move on to the bigger stuff. Okay, so some people are looking at this tank and like, oh, it's something new. The tank's new, but what's in it is not. This is my ball python BB. I just moved her to a 20 gallon from her 40 gallon just because I know during wintertime ball pythons generally won't eat, but even after it started warming up, she still wouldn't eat, and she rarely moves, so I figured maybe she's stressing out because of the bigger tank. So I just decided to move her back to a 20. I'll explain the story of why I have the 20, but so we'll move on now to the rest of the stuff. Now the way I have things set up now is a little different. I had to move my TV around and a whole bunch of other stuff, but we'll start right here in the middle. This is my, for a lot of people, they don't know about what happened is I had bought a fantasy Pac-Man frog from the Pomona Reptile Expo back in January, and then it was doing great, and then randomly after like maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks, it died. It was eating everything and then it just died. So my girlfriend was telling me that they had an ornate Pac-Man frog at her store, and so she agreed and let me buy it. So this is the new guy. I don't know if you guys can see very well, but yeah, that's my new ornate. Kind of moved him out of his dirt so he's not the greenest looking. I call him Master Chief, big Halo fan. But yeah, so that's him. He's in the 10 gallon heat pad, basic setup. And then we'll move over here to something totally new. This is a leopard gecko that I recently got. It's kind of a rescue drop-off type deal, because a lot of people know I work for a pet industry store. I won't say which one, but the customers, I've actually sold them this leopard gecko. I sold them their setup, and their kid just got bored of it after it started getting older, and so it just wasn't getting any attention, or as they said, they couldn't give it attention. They treated it like a dog, which is totally cool. So I told them I would be gladly to take it. And they actually gave me everything, which I was not expecting. They gave me a 20 gallon tank, which is how I got the extra one. But I felt it was a little big for one leopard gecko. So I had an extra 10 gallon, I moved it to a 10 gallon. Got a heat mat, excuse me, and a red light, just because my room does get kind of cold. But that's just for that. It is a female. I'm assuming it's, you know, like a normal or some kind of reduced pattern, because most of the pattern is just on the head. Whoops. On the head and on the tail. And there's just a few spots on its back, but other than that, there's no pattern on the body. So, you know, I'm thinking normal or reduced pattern. This is definitely the beginning of some new projects that I will be getting into sometime during the next few months or over the summer. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. So I'll show you guys a couple other things. Okay, alright, so here is my female Axanthic Het for Paradox Albino Kenyan sand boa. If you've seen the video when I first got her, she has grown a lot. She's a very good eater. She'll eat probably about 2 small pinkies a week. She's shed about 2 or 3 times since I got her back in January. But she's doing good, you know, getting up there in size, and definitely she will be part of a breeding project. And let me show you the male. Okay, so here's the male. Whoops. He's not growing as quickly as the female, but then again, males are going to be a lot smaller than females anyway. But he doesn't eat as well. Like, the female's eaten every week since I got her back in January. The male has eaten twice since I've gotten him. He's not losing weight or anything, it's just... camera won't focus. It's just, you know, he's not a big eater. Which is, from what I've read, is relatively normal. But like I said, he's not losing weight. He's actually just about finished shedding. He's just got a little bit left on his tail. So that's a good sign as well. But yeah, this is a male albino Kenyan sand boa. As of right now, he will be in a breeding project with the Axanthic I just showed you guys. But that might change because I do want to get paradox albinos. And from what I was told, an albino to a het paradox albino, totally different genetics. But I have to look more into that, see what happens. If not, it's okay. You know, I'll still get stuff het for paradox albino, or maybe the next expo I'll buy a paradox albino or another het paradox. But we'll see. We'll see. And then this down here, because I cleaned things up, moved my feeder stuff down here. I got my crickets, the small ones, the large ones. This one was a this one's actually a mouse that a customer dropped off because it gave birth to babies. It's a female. I already fed 2 of the babies off, and I waited too long to feed the rest of them off, and so now I have 3 hoppers that nothing will eat because they're too big. But one of them's really cute. I might keep it as a pet. We'll see. That'll be a different video. I'll show you guys the mice later. But let me show you just see if I can do this, a quick view of what my wall looks like, which does not look like I can. There we go. So I got the Euro here, the rack, and then my empty 40, which I may just keep it empty. Not really thinking about anything for that right now. So let me show you guys